Here we go, today in Talbots Shop, where I'll show you what's been going on and what's going to be going on. I've got this 3D printed jet boat here that Andy 3D printed for me. The whole entire thing is 3D printed. Check out the quality of it. I started filming with it, but I still got to do some more filming with it, so there's going to be a video on this soon. There's going to be another Traxxas UDR video soon at some point. I've had lots of comments of people saying, when's the video, when's the video? Well, here's the deal. I never know when a video is going to be ready until it's ready. I don't like to set myself deadlines. If you set yourself deadlines, you set yourself up to get stressed out or lie to your audience and not get the video out on time. So I never set deadlines. It's ready when it's ready. It might be ready next week. It might be ready next year. I don't know. If I started making promises when all these videos will be out, then I'm just going to set myself up to get stressed out. And a stressed out YouTuber is a burnt out YouTuber. And a burnt out YouTuber eventually quits YouTube. I love YouTube. I don't want to quit it. I don't want to get burnt out. So I'm not going to stress out over getting videos out by certain deadlines. I've just been working on another boat video that should be out tomorrow, day after maybe. Also up here, still sitting here, is the Maverick. Some people say this is the world's best cheap RC car. So far, I still think it's this, the Associated MT10. You get yourself one of these, put the RPM arms on there. Best, cheapest basher RC car. A lot of people think it's this, so there'll be a test on this soon. Also, I've got these mini LMTs I've got to unbox. I've got a Traxxas Mustang Drifter. So yeah, those videos are coming. I just don't know when. But if you subscribe and smash the bell to the main channel, then you won't miss when those videos come out. Right, I've got some more stuff downstairs to show you. The Primal Game Over truck, my favourite RC car ever made. It had a bit of a major crash, and we did pretty much destroy it. The frame's bent. The whole thing's bent, it's pretty much wrecked. But it's all fixable. I'm going to fully restore it. I'm going to get a load of parts anodised black to make it look more like the real monster truck. It's going to come out even better than what it was before. And you can actually win a brand new one of these with the Taylor 71cc engine. More on that later in this video. Or check out the description box down below. I built myself a radio controlled Cybertruck. And this thing is actually pretty capable. Video I'm working on at the moment should be out next few days. I've seen a couple of comments of people wanting more Lambo videos. The trouble is, you drive it up and down the road a couple of times and you've kind of seen it. I mean, if you've got any ideas what I can do to make videos with it that you think are going to be cool, let me know. But I've got in the pipeline the idea of turbocharging it. But it's not the priority right now. You know, I'm learning to fly. I'm actually looking at maybe buying a property in Florida as well, and having another monster truck out there, so I can do monster trucking over in America as well. So I've got a few different things in the pipeline. Turbo for that, it's about 50 grand, not priority just yet, but in the future, something I want to do. I've just put out over on the main channel the video of the monster truck, which was a complete letdown. Some people still said it was a good video, so yeah, you can go and watch that if you want. I'll try and read most of the comments that come in on the videos. However, I'm only one person. I can't respond to all of them. I normally sit at my computer for like an hour after a video and I try and answer as many as possible, have a little chat with some of you guys. A few questions I've screenshotted and I'm just going to talk about them here because they're the same sort of questions that come up time and time again. It's easier just to say it on here on the video than it is to answer everybody like a million times over and over. But like Brett, for example, he wants to buy my old destroyed Raminator for a couple of grand. The thing is, I don't really sell any used RC cars at any parts. It's not really worth the hassle, you know. By the time you've sort of emailed back and forth, then you've got to meet up with a person or you've got to exchange details and addresses. And then you've got to meet up, or then you've got to ship it and post it and box it all up. You know, that's fine if it's eBay. You literally print the shipping label, you chuck it in a box, chuck the label off, send it off, done, that's fine. But when you sort of arrange to sell parts over comments or on Facebook or something like that, it's too much work. And then if the person doesn't like it, they want their money back and all that stuff. So no, you know, nothing personal. I'll just do not sell any of my used RC stuff. I've got the competitions. You know, some of you guys can win some of the cars that you see on the channel. There's going to be a link to that down below. but that's as far as it goes to getting your hands on stuff that you've seen on the channel. EG Driver says we need more old crew. Well, as a lot of you know, I've moved to the Isle of Man. I still spend some time in UK, but the days are limited. Probably spend about 90 days a year there, sort of try and mix it up a little bit. So there's still going to be videos with the old crew, but for the most part now, I'm here on the Isle of Man. And talking of different locations, I've sort of touched on it earlier. I've been looking at places over in Florida. I mean, I was looking on there for a bit of fun actually, and the prices that I could see some of the property, it just seems crazy good value for money. I mean, just for example, a plot of land with a workshop and a house, say over there cost $300,000. The same sort of property here would probably cost about 2 million. So, you know, I could get a place over there, build another monster truck, and be able to do monster trucking in the best place in the world, in America. I mean, you guys do V8s and engines and mud trucks and all that stuff. You do that better than anybody else anywhere in the world. And I'd love to come over there, have a holiday home there. I think I can spend 90 days in the US without a visa. So I think for content-wise, and also here in the UK, well, here on the Isle of Man as well, but in the UK, here on the Isle of Man, winters are pretty miserable. It's cold, wet, windy, miserable. I'm not a fan of that sort of weather. In Florida, apparently, I've been chatting with Exo Cage. A big shout out to Joe, Exo Caged. I've been chatting with him and he's saying how nice the weather is over there year round. You know, it gets to be hot in the summer and humid, but in the winter, still t-shirt and flip-flops. I'm going to go over there and visit and see if I like it, but I'm really thinking about getting a place over there. So let me know what you think. It should be good for content. It's definitely going to be good for monster trucking. And to get good weather when the weather's crappy here, it just kind of seems like... I don't know what this dude's name is, but he says, why do you let the throttle off when you jump? Two reasons really. You can control the angle of the car in the air. So, you know, whether you're talking real monster truck or RC cars, it's the same. So if the nose is high, tap the brakes, nose will come down. Or if the nose is low, you accelerate and it brings the nose up. So if you do a jump, you just keep the power on, it's probably going to end up backflipping and you're going to land upside down. The other reason is you do not want to land on power. You put a lot of load through all the gearbox and the transmission and drive shafts and everything else. You sometimes get away with it with RC cars. In a real monster truck, you're probably going to end up breaking it. Lance says, more long videos, please. I did do a little community post the other day asking people what they think to longer videos. And I think you guys want to see more longer videos. And the statistics say the same thing. All my longer videos tend to get more views. Trouble is, a 10-minute video probably takes about 10 to 20 hours to edit. A 20-minute long video is going to be double that. So, you know, it could take 4 days to edit. A half-an-hour video could take even longer. So I'd love to do more longer videos, and I will do more longer videos, but it will come at the cost of being fewer videos. So let me know what you think, guys. Would you rather have more shorter videos or less but longer videos? These days, a lot more people watch videos on television and people want to sit there for longer when they watch television as opposed to watching it on the phone. What happened to Andy the Landy? That question probably comes up the most from any other question. So, Andy the Landy, getting old. Those of you that don't know, it's an old Land Rover that I've got, Defender. Chassis is getting rotten. And rather than to keep welding patches onto it, I thought it's time to have him restored. So my plans are, on the outside, have it still looking almost exactly the same and not really restore it too much. I want to be able to use this Land Rover. I don't want it looking beautiful, then you're going to get scared to scratch it. So the idea is new chassis, roll cage, better suspension kit, Mercedes 606 engine, and just turn it into an off-road beast. And have it immaculate underneath, immaculate in the engine bay, have the inside nice, but the outside just kind of leave it as it is. My friend is going to start restoring it hopefully soon, but we're not in a massive rush. It's going to kind of happen when he's got time, and he hasn't really got that much time. So it will happen at some point, but there's no immediate rush. Twinkie says, Kev almost cried. Oh man, I was a bit disappointed as well. I was a bit upset afterwards. I mean, a few people in the comments said, oh no, his intention was to smash it up. The intention is, not normally, sometimes, Normally, the intention is not to smash it up. The intention is normally to take it out, give it maximum, and not break it. And if you do break it, then find out where the weak spots are, get it back to the shop, modify it, make it better, take it out again, test it again, have more fun with it, and just keep making the RC better over time. Now, you're all probably fairly aware of the saying, just getting it now. Trouble is, when I get the controller in my hand, all that thought of not killing it too much goes out the window. I'm in the moment, I've got the red mist going on, I'm just having fun. And even when my friends try to stop me, they're like, Kev, no, it just doesn't work. So they've just sort of learned just to leave me to it, let me do whatever. And it probably gets good content. But afterwards, seeing all the mess, I'm sort of like, oh, man. And people say, oh, he's got the money to fix it, he's going to make the money on the videos. That's not really the point. You know, the point is, it takes hours and hours and hours fixing this stuff. And that time would probably be better off spent editing videos. But there you go, that's just me. I get the red mist and that's what happens. But I think most of you guys actually like it on the content. And I used to be the same before YouTube. I used to be exactly the same. I used to have a Savage and do exactly the same stuff and not on camera. So it's not for YouTube. I'll do it anyway regardless, but you know, being a YouTuber, I might as well film it. Why not? So the exception to that rule is if I'm playing with an RC car and that RC car completely sucks, and I think that the RC car is so bad, it just deserves to not live. And this Formula 1 car is that example. It might look good on the shelf, but if that's what all it was designed to do is to sit on the shelf, why even make it radio controlled? They should have just made it a static model that just sits there looking nice. But if it's got servos in it, if it's got an engine in it, it's got radio in it, and it's made to be an RC car, it should at least be kind of usable. But this thing was absolute junk. And when an RC car is absolute junk, and it's only going to give you a headache, it just gets finished off and not repaired. And that is one of those cases. Power Cut says you should make a front wheel drive. Oh, dude, I am officially a front wheel drive hater in RC cars and more specifically in real cars. I don't like front wheel drive cars. You know, I know I'm going to offend a few people, but that's just my preference. I don't like them. You know, for going to the shops, perfect. But for performance, forget it. And people are going to argue with me, and that's fine, you can. You know, if it's a hobby, you got to do whatever puts the biggest smile on your face. To me, I just do not like the way that they handle. When you put the power down, I want the back end to break a bit of traction. I want to be able to get it into a drift or a power slide. I don't want it understeering. I don't want torque steer. I just don't like it. I hate it. Don't like it one bit. And also, the physics are completely wrong. If you're trying to get good acceleration, you want the weight to shift onto the wheels that are driven. On the front wheel drive, it's the opposite. It all lifts up, all the weight comes away from the front, and the wheels are like a hopeless dog trying to paddle himself along without any rear legs. No, I hate it. I hate front wheel drive. The only exception are minis, because I love minis. But other than that, I would never get a front wheel drive car. Why do British YouTubers sell out and use US dollars? Says Len Ill. So many people ask this question, and I would have thought it would be just so obvious. So, the most people that watch this channel are from America. A small proportion of people that watch this channel are UK and know what a pound is. Also, nowhere in the world can relate to a pound apart from the English people. So, if I started talking in pounds, like, let's have a look. Only 8.6% of my viewers are English. And I'm not going to talk about pounds only to cater for the 8.6%. If you look on here, look, for example, United States, 33%. The largest audience are Americans, and the whole rest of the world know what a dollar is. So that is why I speak in dollars. You know, I don't know if the people asking the questions think that it's only English people that go on YouTube. I don't know, but I would have thought it's fairly obvious, but maybe it's not obvious, but that's why. You got to kind of cater for the biggest audience possible, otherwise your channel's only going to be teeny weeny small, and why just cater for a tiny audience when you can cater for the whole world? So, you know, people are still going to argue and say, you're from England, talk English. It's like, well, make your own channel, talk pounds on your channel. This is my channel, and I can talk whatever I want on my channel. It's called YouTube. You know, it's all about the creator. So, and you can watch whatever creator you want to watch. So if there's a certain person that you don't like watching, don't watch him, watch someone else. Person says, give me an RC car. Get so many comments of people begging for RC cars. You know, and I get most of these people are probably kids that are begging for RC cars, but you know, when I was a kid, I wanted a Tamiya Manta Ray. It's about $150. I couldn't afford it. My parents wouldn't buy it for me, and I had to work for it. So I was helping around the house for 50 pence an hour, about 60, 70 cents an hour. And I saved up and I saved up and I saved up, and over a year, I managed to save up enough for it, and I've saved up for my very own Tamiya Manta Ray and built it. And that taught me a valuable lesson in life, that you can have anything you want in life, but you've got to work for it. And the same was with the monster truck, with the aeroplane, and buying all these other toys. Is, you know, when I was working the 9 till 5, and I was like a cog of the machine, part of the matrix, as people would say, you're kind of conditioned and taught through school and through friends and family, you know, and probably not even through bad intent. But you kind of learn from people around you, and they're sort of teaching you what they know. And if all people know is that you make a living at work, and you've got to live for and you've got to work for $10, $20 an hour, then kind of naturally that rubs off onto us as well. And that's how we think that that's the only way that we can make money. But if you look at the bigger picture, it isn't. There's so many different ways out there making money, millions of different ways. You could be a self-employed gardener, a mechanic, a YouTuber, online marketing, eBay selling, Amazon selling. There's millions and millions of ways that you can make extra money, and everybody's different. You know, you can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, for example. And the same with humans, we're all good at different things. You just got to find what you're good at, see what you like doing, and you'll find a way that you can make more money. You know, work harder, work smarter, and you can have anything that you want out there. So I'm not just going to go out there and just give stuff to people because they're begging. You're going to have to go out there and work for it, find a way that you can make the money for the toys that you want. Now, you know, I spoke about the raffles earlier, the competitions. So, you know, I do let some of my cars go in these competitions, and there is a link down below to my competition website where you can sometimes win some of my RC cars. But other than that, work hard, work smart, learn a skill, take action, and, you know, the world is your playground. You can do whatever you want in this world. You just got to make it happen. You've got to want it enough. If you've got any video ideas or any ideas how to make the channel better, any comments, constructive criticism is always encouraged. People often say when I sort of block haters, oh, you should endorse constructive criticism. There's a big difference, distinct difference between hate, where the intention of the comment is to make the person feel bad about themselves, and constructive criticism, where the goal of that comment is to help the person. So constructive criticism, encouraged. Give some comments down below. If there's anything you don't like about the channel, let me know. If there's stuff you do like, let me know. Any ideas, let me know. If it's hate and just name calling, you're going to get blocked. You know, I'll try and keep this channel PG and as friendly as possible for everybody. And, you know, playing with these toy cars is supposed to be something that's supposed to bring joy to people. You get a few people that want to be negative and call people names. Not welcome. And people say, freedom of speech, you're not for freedom of speech. It's completely different. You know, you can't just walk up to somebody in the street and start calling them names. Well, you could, but you're going to end up getting beaten up, or you're going to end up in prison. You know, so people think they can sit behind the screen and be a keyboard warrior. It's the same as when you invite someone in your house. You know, if I don't like you, you're not coming in my house. And the same as the YouTube comments, if you're mean to people, you're not welcome. Simple as that. So, yep, freedom of speech, as in on the platform, you can have your own channel, you can say what you like, but when you're in other people's spaces, like in other people's houses, or in other people's comment sections, you have to adhere to their rules. And the rules of my channel is really just be nice to one another. If there's people in there that are mean to one another, not welcome. See you later. Bye-bye. Right, waffled on for long enough. So I'll see you soon in another video. We've got the boat video coming up. I've got also a petrol 30 degree north with a Taylor 31cc race engine, 35cc race engine coming up, all edited, ready to come out. So plenty of videos coming up, and I'll see you soon in another video over on the main channel. Bye-bye.
Do you want to win one of my RC cars? Click here. Click here to subscribe and become part of the crew. It's free. Or click here to see one of my other videos.